Hey guys, welcome to my channel where we're going to be talking about all things project management, career development, and just other lifestyle things that get you to the next level. It's going to be well worth it in the end, so stay tuned. I'm Allie. I am a certified PMP project manager. I'm also a Scrum Master, and I have been within the project management field for about 7 or 8 years now. And I decided it's time for me to share my knowledge. Most importantly, I want to share how to pass your PMP exam on the very first try. Let's go over what is required of you in order for you to take the PMP exam. Now, so in order for you to apply for the PMP exam, you do need to have either a four-year degree or a high school diploma, okay? So depending on which one you have, let's say you have your four-year degree, you're going to need 36 months of real-life project management experiences, okay? You also will need to have 35 hours of project management training, and we're going to go over how you can obtain those 35 hours. Now, if you only have your high school diploma, you will need 60 months of leading projects and that real life project management experience versus the 36 months had you had your four-year degree. And you will also still need that 35 hours of project management training as well. So now that you have all the requirements for your exam, it's time to actually go ahead and submit your application. You want to be very thorough and make sure that you have all the details needed, because they're going to ask you to go very much in depth about your experience and the projects that you've worked on and what your role was within those projects. If you aren't a member of PMI, the cost as of today, which it's July 2024, it is $595 to take the exam. If you are in fact a member, it is only $425 for you to sit for your PMP exam. So once you go ahead and you've gotten all the requirements and you've submitted your application, that's when they'll go ahead and approve you to actually sit for the exam, or they may audit you. We don't want that. So we want to make sure that our application is where it needs to be before we go ahead and we hit submit. So once your application is approved, and it does take up to 10 business days, either 5 or 10, I'm not 100% sure, I don't remember, but it does take, let's say, up to 10 business days for them to approve your application. And once it's approved, they're going to give you 1 year, so 365 days for you to actually go ahead and sit and take your exam. So if you're approved today, you have 365 days to pay for your exam and go ahead and schedule your exam. You may end up pushing it back, pushing it forward, but schedule your exam to give yourself a more realistic time frame. It takes an average of 6 weeks for you to go ahead and study for your exam. Keep in mind that a lot of us are not in the same space or have the same knowledge, so to speak. So what could take you 6 weeks could take the next person 12 weeks or even 4 weeks, or some of us may only need a day to get ready. I was not that person, okay? Now that it's time to study, I did a lot of research while I was actually doing the application. I was already researching what books and everything that I needed in order to study for my exam. So I already had the books in mind that I was going to use. If you see me looking this way, I do have my laptop in front of me. But here are the books and guides that worked for me. I want to give you guys some pricing as we're talking about the books that I used and just kind of how it helped me, and what each book, the information within each book that was going to help you pass your exam. You can find the paperback guide as well as all the books that I'm going to be mentioning today on Amazon.com. And for this book, it was, I think, $99. However, all of these books, they're always on sale. They're always on sale. Like right now, looking at it, it is now $56.82. So I was only able to get through less than half of this book, primarily because as I was reading this book, a lot of the content in this book, I was already more than familiar with. So I felt as though I didn't need it per se. I did also skim through the remaining chapters just to kind of see if there's anything that's going to pop out at me that I feel like I needed to know. There really wasn't anything. However, I still do 100% recommend that you get this book because, again, it is a book that was written by the PMI Institute. So you want to make sure that there's nothing in there that you need. One of my favorite of all the books and guides that I use, which was one of the most helpful for me. So the Rita Mulcahy's, and again, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I am so sorry, but the Rita Mulcahy's PMP Exam Prep book, again, I'm going to put it right here. You can find it on Amazon. It's initially $100. However, it is always on sale. Now, guys, this book had everything that I needed that I didn't know that I needed. So all the chapters in this book make sense. I think there's 13 or 14 chapters. There are tons of exercises throughout the entire book. At the end of each chapter, there is a practice exam, averaging about 30 questions each, I believe. And there's also the answer at the end of that for you to kind of check your answers and everything. I really love this book. There's also a portion of it where you're going through the domains. I forgot what it's called. I'm trying to remember. It's where you're putting the processes under each domain but Rita's book, it just has a lot of in-depth information that I think will fill a lot of your knowledge gaps. It definitely did a lot for me, and I recommend this book. I cannot recommend this book anymore. I fully recommend you get Rita's book. There is, however, another book similar to Rita's book now, and I'll go over that at the end. PMI Study Hall is another one of my faves. So of everything that I tried to study with, I would definitely say PMI Study Hall and Rita Mulcahy's PMP Exam Prep were the two that helped me to get above target. PMI Study Hall, you get a 3-month membership, I think, or subscription. Is about $49 for every 3 months. It allows you to enter the date that you have your exam scheduled, and based off of the date that you entered, so let's say today's July 2nd and you enter August 2nd, it knows you only have 30 days or a month. So that it kind of sets your daily schedule goals. Am I saying that correctly? It lets you know, like, hey, in order for you to cover all the materials, you need to study this amount of information each day leading up to your exam date, August 2nd. Okay. I love that it has that for you because you're able to see, like, okay, I have to just kind of reach this goal each day, if not further on. There is over 300 flashcards for you to study. There's practice questions. There's time practice exams where you have that 4-hour time limit, which helps you to sit there straight through for 4 hours and get your body and your mind ready to sit for the PMP exam. So I definitely loved it. There's a lot of games on there as well, just to kind of get your mind more so in like a playful with information kind of thing. And there's tons and there's so much on there. I fully recommend PMI Study Hall. Get it. There's one other book that I did purchase right after I was finished with my study plan, and I actually had more time. I had about 2 weeks before my exam was scheduled, and it was the Agile Practice Guide. Okay, again, this book is on Amazon now. I don't believe this book is required or it's necessary for you to study this book. However, if you're someone that's not familiar with the Agile methodologies or ever worked in the Agile environment, I definitely recommend you get this book. So just to leave with some quick notes and just to recap a little bit. So we definitely want to go ahead and make sure that we have all of the criteria and the requirements so we can go ahead and submit our application. We don't want to get audited. We want to make sure that we submit it and they come back and say it has been accepted. It's a lot easier for you, and there's no hassle. Make your study plan, okay? Make your study plan and stick to your study plan. I'm always going to keep saying that. Now, another great resource that had I not went ahead and gone with Rita's PMP Exam Prep, Andrew Ramdale, and I could be saying it wrong, he has a great book and tons of resources Sorry, I'm getting a call. You've been calling me. And, tons of resources that I've heard nothing but great things about. So I also recommend that when you're doing your research, that you definitely look up Andrew Amido's books and videos and courses and everything like that. And that should definitely help you as well to get ready for your PMP exam. Make sure that you know your terms, okay? You want to know what a lot of things mean. You may not obviously know all of them, but you have to have an understanding of your terminologies. While the exam may not full out ask you what is a project manager, it is going to be scenario based and kind of tricky. So make sure you know your terms. Another thing is make sure that you understand and know your formulas. You don't have to have them memorized, but you do need to know how to find EVM. You do need to know, SPI, like how do you calculate the SPI? Just all of those things. It's now the night before your exam, okay? You want to, I know we all say this, or people always say this, and I never listen. Well, I did listen for this particular exam. You want to make sure that you kind of give yourself a cutoff. So let's say, an example for me, my exam was at 4:45 a.m. on a Friday morning. Don't ask me why I did that. I'm a morning person. Don't know why I did that. So I tried my very best to stop studying by like 6, 7 p.m. the night prior. If you're planning to take your exam in person, here's what I recommend that you do. The night before, you don't really have much to worry about. Make sure that you are going to be early to the exam. Make sure that you have all of your identifications ready for your exam. Just any what ifs. Make sure that you eat. Make sure that you're healthy, you're good as best as you can be. Get your mind right. Make sure that you sleep. Please sleep. Get at minimum 8 hours of sleep. You want to relax. Get a massage. I don't care what you do, but don't let anyone stress you out. Any outside noise. Get off social media. Get off YouTube. You should have watched this video yesterday. And all the other days, you should not be watching this and that before your exam. You need to be relaxed, okay? So make sure that you relax the day of your exam now. You want to get ready, get your breakfast. I don't think you're allowed to bring food and drinks into the exam room. So also don't drink too much liquid to where you're going to have to go to the restroom a lot. I don't know what their rules are on you going to the restroom. I took my exam online. But just get yourself mentally prepared, guys. Just breathe, drive safely and early to your exam. Make sure you have your ID, you sit down, and you take your exam. And the plus thing is when you take your exam in person, you do get your results right away, which I think is great. It's for everyone that's taking their exam online. Don't do what I did. So let me tell you what happened to me, right? So I actually had to reschedule my exam a couple of times because I felt I wasn't ready, okay? So, however, the very first time it was scheduled, I made sure that I downloaded all of the software. I made sure that the room was, the IP address was good, the room was good, everything was good. I think it was called OneView. All that was on my computer and I was good to go. However, because I kept rescheduling my exam and pushing the date out, I guess their software was outdated. The night before exam, again, my exam was at 4:45 a.m. I decided to, by 6, 7 p.m., I was gonna, be in bed to go to sleep and everything. I decided to, check my computer once again, and I don't know if I have a screenshot. I remember sending it to my friend, like, what the heck? Like I was panicking. So make sure that all the system, everything is there for you. Your computer is ready. Make sure that you tell your family if you don't live alone, tell everyone like, hey, I'll be taking this exam during this time slot. Make sure that you are quiet. Make sure that you're not knocking on my door. Make sure that, I didn't have that problem. The problem I had, guys, let me tell you, I have Alexa, right? Hold on. Alexa, hi. I don't know if you can hear her. The one in my bedroom is very low and the one in my other room is, Alexa, stop. Anyway, so I have Alexa in every room, and for my bathroom, I have a reminder or a thing. So every morning at 7:05 a.m., Alexa she wakes me up and she greets me. She's like, "Good morning, Allie. The temperature today is this and this. Have a great day." And, she tells me to have a good day. I thought I turned that off prior to my exam. I did not, okay? And when I tell you, when she was going off, because they're watching you, so when she was going, my eyes, like my face was like, but I'm trying not to react. So I'm still just there, but my heart is pounding so fast and so hard. And I'm just like I was a nervous wreck. So she gets done talking and she says a whole spiel when she greets me in the morning. And she stops talking. They say nothing. So I'm thinking I'm fine. I'm just there. Maybe 30 seconds after she's done talking, my exam is paused on the screen. I get a pop-up chat and they're like, "We detect noise or voices. Is someone in the room with you?" And I'm just like, but it's like, I know there's no one in the room with me, but also they're looking at my face. I don't have a good poker face. Like I don't know. So I'm just kind of like, no, it's my Alexa. It goes off every day, da, da, da. And I'm explaining to them everything I just said to you guys. And they're like, "Is it in the same room with you?" And I'm like, no, which technically it was not. It was in my bathroom. My bathroom door was closed. But the one that goes off is the one in my bathroom because in essence, when I wake up in the morning, I first go to the bathroom to my skincare. And it's usually no later than 7 o'clock. So that's when the one in the bathroom goes off. However, I do technically have Alexa in every room in my house. So I'm like, no, it's not, da da da. Anyways, I had to show them on my Alexa app. I don't know if you have Alexa, it shows you everything that you have Alexa programmed to do. And I had to screenshot it. And I'm like, oh, I have, I can show you guys this and that. And he's like, okay, can you please show me your room? So I kind of had to lift my laptop up and show the room again. And at the end of the exam, they had me sent in, I had to show him my Alexa thing and the timestamp. I'm so sorry. So don't be me. Make sure that there's nothing that's going to possibly mess up your exam. But yeah, definitely, if you're taking your exam online, get everything ready the day before. Make sure everyone in the house understands that, hey, I need quiet and I need peace. If you are taking your exam online, you get 2 10-minute breaks where you can actually walk away from your computer. Outside of that, I do not know if you're able to get up and go to the bathroom when you're not on a break. I honestly do not know. You do get, and this is for everyone, you do get a scrap paper. So I believe if you're in person, you get a white paper. But if you're online, there's a whiteboard on the computer where the moment your exam starts, you can jot down anything you want to jot down. So what I did, going back to formulas, what I did was there were a couple of formulas that I kept confusing. So the moment the exam started, I had a notebook, and the moment it started, I jot down everything that I was having an issue remembering. That way it's there for reference. So yes, that was my experience doing my exam at home. Alexa almost made me fail. See, every time I say her name, Alexa, stop. No one's talking to you, darling. Those are pretty much my tips on how you can pass the exam on your very first try. I'm going to try my best to upload a lot more of project management related videos. I'm about to submit to take my PMI ACP exam, so wish me luck. And yeah, good luck to you guys, and thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day.